Hello and welcome to Wireman's Whimsy. Today we are going to make this vintage inspired thank you card. It is using basic white card base with crumb cake blended around the edges, flowers in rich razzleberry and the greeting in rich razzleberry. And then I used Sahara sand to do some leaves. And the stamp sets that I used are Very Versailles for the leaves, and then All Things Fabulous for the flowers and for the small set of leaves. I also used the Fabulous Floral die to cut the flowers out, and I made the scalloped edge on the card using one of the scalloped contour dies. It's actually the largest one. Now this is a standard card base. It's 5.5 by 4.25, but I cut it out using the scalloped contour die, so it's actually smaller than the regular card, but it's a really cute little note card. You can use it as a gift enclosure or send it in even a standard envelope to share a thank you. So I'll show you how I did this. As I said, I started with the standard card base, and then I used my Stampin' Cut and Emboss to cut out the card. Now, if I cut it out like this, I would end up with two pieces this shape, but I wanted the hinge and edge in here. So what I did is I butted it up against here so that it wouldn't cut this edge. So what ends up happening is your spine or your hinge edge, when you open the card out, this is what you get. So I'll just run this through, make sure you can see this. Like I say, I've lined this up, I've butted it up right against the edge. I need to make sure that I'm at an angle with the die so that I don't end up trying to put that hard edge against the roller in the cut and emboss machine. I'm going to use sticky notes to hold this down because I don't want it to move off the paper because I've got it set up right where I need it. So I'm going to sandwich this up and then run it through the machine. And when it comes out, it will be a decorative edge card. This one I was inspired to make. I was going through my collection of handkerchiefs. I have a whole bunch. I started growing up in England, and at that time we used handkerchiefs, and I have some beautiful ones that I've been sent over the years from my family. So this is what it looks like when you've used the die to cut it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my bone folder just to poke these extra pieces out. Ones in the corner can be a bit tricky, so I'll come back to those at the end. But this is how you make a scalloped edge card. And like I say, it is smaller than a standard card, a standard North American card anyway, but it is really, really pretty when it's all done up. So I'm just going to peel that open, knock that one out. There we go. And just sweep those off to the side. So we turn this into this. That's what it looks like all around. So you could do it with Very Vanilla as well, but I wanted a slightly I wanted the brightness of the white in the middle. But what I did is I took the crumb cake and a blending pen and I went all the way around, even on the back, just to kind of give it that kind of aged tinted look on the back. So I'm just going to get, actually I can use this here, just a scrap piece of paper because I don't want any hard edges on the card. So I'm going to start off the paper and just come in. You can do this as dark or as light as you want. I just wanted that kind of that tinge of kind of the patina of age on the card, a little bit more in the upper corner, just coming in. There we go. And just turning around, and then as I said, I also kind of came in on the back, and you can see I've got a bit of a hard edge there, but it's on the back, so we're okay. And just to kind of, as I say, give it that patina of age, a little bit of vintage. And that was done in Crumb Cake. I'm now going to take the Sahara Sand and do the leaves. And I did these first value, second value, and third value. So I started off inking this up and coming in at the top like that, and then second value like that, third value like that. So third value just gives you just the hint of a shadow. Now I don't want any more first value on here, so I'm just going to stamp off on a scrap piece of paper, come in, second value, third value, like that. It just kind of gives it that little bit of shadow in the background. So we're finished with this one. And then I need to stamp the flowers. And this is a these ones are the 3-step stamping. What I've done with the 2 in the background is I haven't done the full build up with the 3-step stamping. I've just done the first step. So to do these, the first step, the largest stamp, is third value. So 1, 2, and then come in as 3. Again, 1, 2, and third value like that. Now I need to build 2 flowers to go on the front. So I'm going to come in first value, second value, third value, and again, first, second, third, like that. So there we go. Oh, I still need that out. Now the centerpiece goes in, and it goes in as second value. So I stamp away once, pop this in the middle. Again, stamp away once, pop it in the middle, and then the center goes in at full value. And it goes in this way up. So just coming into the middle and layering that up. So I'm going to move all of these out of the way. While I have the Rich Razzleberry out, I'm going to stamp the thank you, which is also from the Very Versailles set. It's this little elegant thank you. And I want to make sure I'm stamping it straight, so I'm just going to stamp it onto the grid paper to make sure I'm lining it up straight. So there we go. So there's the thank you in the bottom corner. And I need to take these flowers and cut them out using the Fabulous Floral die. This is another case where if you've got the mini cut and emboss machine, this is a great use for that. I'm just going to put a sticky note on there so it stays where it is, and I'll run it through the machine, and then we'll do it again to cut the second flower out. So thank you very much for all of your support of the videos. We've just finished the August Paper Pumpkin run for the Hope box. Lots and lots of comments, lots and lots of support for those videos, so thank you very much. If you like these videos featuring Stampin' Up! Stamps and dies, and you want to see more of them, make sure you like the videos, because YouTube will put more videos in your feed based on your likes. So then you'll see more of the things that you want to see. So it would be fabulous if you were able to subscribe to the channel so you can see the new videos when they're posted. But for sure, like the videos, and then you'll get more in your feed of the videos that you want to see. So I'll just pop that all out of the way. Those there so you can see what I've used. Now I just need to build the card. I used dimensionals on these ones. Just a couple on the back just to pop them out a little bit, give it some depth. And I used, as I said, I used these leaves in Mossy Meadow just to add a little bit, just bring it to the forefront a little bit brighter. But I used second value for these ones. So I've got the little leaves, stamp off once, and then just pop them in. And I'm just going to grab a tissue, and I've got ink on the edge of the stamp. I'm just going to wipe that off, or on the edge of the block, because I don't want to accidentally put a shadow on the card. So I'm just popping these in, again, second value, and just layering them in. Just that little extra edge of color in here. So I'm going to pop one more in here like this. So we're done with those ones, and now we can just decide where we want to dimensionalize the flowers. So I put, this is kind of how I did it on my example, was like that. So sometimes your second, when you make multiple cards, you don't always stamp in the same place. So it's, you just make it an approximation on the next one. So I'm going to just pop this one in here like this. And there we go. We have a fabulous vintage style thank you card with a scalloped edge, using the scalloped contour die to cut it out. Again, putting the paper right up against the edge of the inside of the die so we don't actually cut that edge. So we used stamps from Very Versailles, stamps from All Things Fabulous, and dies, a die from the Fabulous Florals die set. So thank you very much for watching. If you would like to, like and subscribe, and we will see you next time when we create again together.